Why did the relationship between Jason Newsted and James Hetfield turn so sour that the bassist left the band he dreamed of playing with? Let's explore the 2001 feud between Jason Newsted and James Hetfield. In the year 2001, Metallica would give its last interview with Jason as a member of the band. Journalist Rod Tannenbaum had taken the statements earlier that year. However, when Playboy magazine published them in April, Jason was not a part of Metallica. The interview was conducted with each of the members separately. In fact, in the same interview, both Lars and James mentioned that they hadn't spoken to each other for weeks. The journalist wrote, "I became a conduit of information." For example, Kirk Hammett asked him, how was James and how were Jason's spirits? On the growing tensions within the band, Lars commented, "James and Jason won't call each other, so they're having a conversation through you." Jason Newsted was described as quote-unquote the most unhappy Metallican. The bassist mentioned in the interview, 5 years ago the band took priority over all other things. Now, families come first. I understand that. A family is more important. I'm the only one who's not married, and the music still plays the biggest part in my life." And continued, "But Metallica is only one part of my musical life. Those guys will be happy taking 6 months away from the music. If I even try to go 6 days without playing with somebody, I have anxiety-type things happen." The journalist pointed out that he seemed frustrated, to which he replied, "Yes, James and Lars started this thing together. They came through all of the hardships, and they have serious, written-in-stone feelings about the band, about how it needs to be run. That's very, very hard to swallow sometimes. I have made some incredibly wonderful music with other musicians, but I just can't release it." The journalist asked, "James and Lars won't let you?" To which he replied, "It's not Lars," and later continued, "We're getting really close to some things we shouldn't be talking about. I would like him to see that this music is truly a part of me, like his child is a part of him." When the journalist insisted, Newsted only responded, "We have to change the subject." James Hetfield, for his part, commented, "We just disagree about side projects. Fans have always viewed Metallica as something they can rely on. We're always there, always strong. We've been the same guys since day one, essentially. The only way you can get out of this band is if you die. When you say Metallica, you know who that is. Lars, James, Kirk, and, who's that guy? Jason." And continued, "When someone does a side project, it takes away from the strength of Metallica. So there's a little ugliness lately, and it shouldn't be discussed in the press." The reporter asked, "So what is Jason supposed to do during the break?" And James answered, "I don't f***ing know. I'm not his travel agent. I don't mind being looked at as the asshole in the band. Well, within the band. As long as the fans think Lars is the asshole, that's fine." Let's remember, over the course of 15 years, Jason appears on the writing credits of just 3 Metallica compositions. But at this point, Jason not only feels musically ignored within the band, but also banned from releasing music outside of Metallica. About his first year in the band, Jason said, "One time, it's 4 a.m, they're hammered and knocking on my hotel door. The door frame shreds and the door comes flying in, and they go, 'You should have answered the door.' They grab the mattress and flip it over with me on it. They put the chairs, the desk, the TV stand, everything in the room on top of the mattress. They threw my clothes, my cassette tapes, my shoes out the window." This is just a portion of the interview about which the journalist mentioned, "I wasn't surprised that Jason Newsted quit Metallica. Just 2 months earlier, I'd spent a day with each of the 4, and I've never seen a band so quarrelsome and fractious. Paradoxically, this is a band of loners." Over the years, Metallica's 2001 Playboy interview is considered historic by some and infamous by others. In any case, it contains Jason Newsted's last statements as a member of the band and can be read as a prologue to some kind of monster. We left the links in the description. Remember to subscribe.